Dear student, today we are going to start with the new chapter, that is the classification of elements. Okay, so already you have studied in high school regarding this classification of elements. That is Doberener, Newland and Mendeleev, and also modern periodic table. You ಕಲ್ತಿದೆ ಇದೆ ಮೆಂಡಲೀಫನ ಆವರ್ತಕ ಕೋಷ್ಟಕ, ನ್ಯೂಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ಅಷ್ಟ ಕೋಷ್ಟಕಗಳು, ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಡೊಬೇರಿನರ್ ಟ್ರೇಡ್ಸ್ ಮೂರು ಇದು ಮಾಡುತ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ದಸ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ರಿಮೈಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಆರ್ ರಿಕಾಲಿಂಗ್ ದ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ವೈ ದ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಇಸ್ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಡ್? ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಯಾಕೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿ ಬಂತು? So at present we know about 114 elements are known, and still 4 are in a research that is process going on. There is about 118 elements in the modern periodic table we can find. And what is the necessity to make them classified? ಅದನ್ನು ಯಾಕೆ ವಿಂಗಡಣೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿ ಬಂತು? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ನಾವೀಗ ಗೊತ್ತಿರುವಂಥ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಯಾವ್ದು ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹುಡುಕ್ಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಕೆಲವೊಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾವೆ, ಕೆಲವು ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾವೆ, ಕೆಲವು ಸಾಲಿಡ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾವೆ, ಕೆಲವು ರೇಡಿಯೋ ಆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಇದ್ದಾವೆ, ಕೆಲವು ಭೂಮಿ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಸಿಗ್ತದೆ, ಕೆಲವು ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲ್ ಏರ್ದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ರೀತಿ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಥರದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾವೆ. ಸೊ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಹೇಗಿದೆ ಏನಂತೇಳಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹುಡುಕ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಅಟಾಮಿಕ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು, ಮಾಸ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು, ಸಾಲಿಡ್ ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್ ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು, ಹೇಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು ಏನಂತೇಳಿ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರು ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಗೊತ್ತಾದರೆ ಅದೇ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಇರುವಂಥದ್ದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿಗಳು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುವ ಹಾಗೆ ಒಂದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಸೇಮ್ ಇರುವಂಥದ್ದನ್ನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂತ ಸೈಂಟಿಸ್ಟ್ಗಳಿಗೆ ಅನಿಸುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಸೈಂಟಿಸ್ಟ್ ಫೆಲ್ಟ್ ದಟ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ನೋ ದ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್, ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಪ್ರೆಡಿಕ್ಟ್ ದ ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ದಟ್ ಟೈಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟೀಸ್. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಈಸಿ ಟು ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಟು ನೋ ದ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಈಸಿಲಿ. ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಗೊತ್ತಾದ್ರೆ ಅದೇ ಥರದ ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಂದೇ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಗುಣಧರ ಮೇಲೆ ಇರುವಂಥದ್ದೆಲ್ಲ ಒಂದೇ ಕಡೆಗಿದ್ರೆ ಈಸಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಫ್ಲೋರಿನ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇಷ್ಟರಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಸಿಗುತ್ತಾರೆ. ಮೆಗ್ನೇಷಿಯಮ್, ಐ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಸಿ ದ ಮೆಗ್ನೇಷಿಯಮ್. ಓಕೆ, ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟೀಸ್. ಸೊ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಿಸ್ ರೋ ಆರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕಾಲಮ್ ಆರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್. ಸೊ therefore the scientist felt that it is very important to make them classified. So they have made some classification. So how this classification started? Beginning ದಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ಯಾವ್ದು ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಏನಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. So first is a Doberener. So Doberener, he has made some classification that is called as a Doberener traits. Doberener traits. Doberener traits means what? Traits is nothing but three. So he has considered some three elements in such a way that the atomic mass of those elements, if you add the first atomic mass of the first element and the third element and take the average of that, so that gives you the atomic mass of the middle one. So that type of classification he has made, and he has made some about 9 or 10 or 11 elements about the classification. So that is, he has taken the lithium, one of the example, lithium, sodium and potassium. Lithium atomic mass is 7, sodium 23 and potassium is 39. So lithium, sodium, potassium elements are not. So if you add this 7 plus 39, that is 46, divided by 200, it gives the sodium, that is the middle one. So like this he has taken. So here it is what? 7 plus 39 divided by 2 gives how much? That is the number of 23. That is the atomic mass of sodium. Okay. Similarly, as you know, one more, that is the calcium, then strontium and barium. Calcium, strontium, barium do ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಮಾಡಿ. So calcium atomic mass is a 40, and here its mass is 137, and when you add this and divide by 2, so it gives you the value is 88.5. So this is the 88 atomic mass. Okay. So this plus 2. So like this, he has classified some of the elements that is based on the average atomic mass. Atomic mass of the first element and third element divided by 2 gives you the atomic mass of the middle one. Okay. So like this, he has divided. Yes, Doberener, he has made that some of the elements by taking its atomic mass, then given the classification. This is the just beginning of the classification. But further, he was not able to classify all the elements. ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು ಕಂಡು ಹಿಡಿದಿದ್ದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅವಾಗ ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ದು ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲಾನು ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಕೆಲವೊಂದಿಷ್ಟೇ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕಾಯ್ತು ಈ ರೀತಿ. So therefore next classification was done by the Newland. So Newland as a scientist, he has also made on the classification based on the atomic mass only. Okay, but he was not able to complete all the elements known at that time. So aವಾಗ ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ದು ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ Newland's done. So he has used one more technique that is called as a Newland octaves. Octa means oct ಅಂದ್ರೆ 8. So he has kept the elements with the increasing its atomic mass. Atomic mass ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಗೆ ಆದಂಗೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಮುಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಹೋದ. 7ವರೆಗೆ ಬಂದ ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ 8ನೇದು ಒಂದು ಯಾವ್ದು ಅದ್ರ ಕೆಳಗಡೆಗೆ ಬಂದ. So that is known as octaves. Okay. So let us take that on the extra. So this was the first one, and second one is Newland's octaves. So he has taken some elements that is up to atomic mass 40 calcium varege avaru divide ಮಾಡಿ. So that is from lithium. He started from lithium. From there he has taken the 7 elements that is up to fluorine. Next the sodium comes in the below the lithium, and he has continued. Then again potassium comes below the sodium. So writing the elements with the increasing the atomic mass. Yes, sir. Okay. Lithium, then the beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, and fluorine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 elements in the increasing order of their atomic mass. Okay. Atomic mass of lithium is 7. Then the beryllium is 9, 11, 12, 14, 16, 19. Okay. Next, after fluorine, the next element you got is sodium. That is Na. So atomic mass is 23. Beryllium, next is magnesium, Mg, 24. Next aluminium, 27. Silicon, 29. Nitrogen, phosphorus, okay, that is 31. Sulfur, 32. Chlorine, 35.5. So again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 below this, that is potassium 39 and calcium 40. So up to this element only he has classified. Anandra ಮುಂದೆ ನಮಗೆ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿತ್ತು ಆ ಟೈಮ್ನಲ್ಲಿ, ಐಆರ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿತ್ತು, ಓಕೆ, ಕಾಪರ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿತ್ತು, ಬಟ್ he was not able to classify that. So therefore this is one of the drawbacks. Okay. So the first classification made by Doberener, second one is Newland, then the third one is Mendeleev. Mendeleev also he has classified the elements based on the atomic mass only, but very useful of his classification is he has made about nearly 90 elements classification ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಆಗ ಗೊತ್ತಿರುವಂತದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ 90 ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ನಿಯರ್ಲಿ 90. And that is beneficial for that time. ಅವಾಗ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಬಹಳ ಯೂಸ್ಫುಲ್ ಆಯಿತು, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ he has used some of the techniques that is with its properties, not only on the atomic mass, with its property, ಅದರ ಗುಣಧರ್ಮದ ಮೇಲೂ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. Okay, but and also one is advantage of his classification is he has predicted some unknown elements with its atomic number, its property, ಭವಿಷ್ಯವನ್ನು ಹೇಳಿದರು. So that is Ica aluminum. So which is not known, but there is one element at present it is not known, but you may get in future this element which is having this atomic number, this mass number, and its properties like this. So that is he has predicted the new elements. And one more interesting is he has classified them with 7 groups. He has made it groups and periods. So classification is with a small chart. So that is very useful, and which are similar in properties. So that is nothing but Mendeleev's periodic table. Okay. So the third one is a Mendeleev. Mendeleev periodic table. So he has also all these three classification is based on the atomic mass. Atomic mass. Okay. So here the improvement is he has made only 9 elements to some HBI. Okay. And why this Newland octaves are failed? So Newland octave ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ರೂಲ್ಸ್ ಫಾಲೋ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ, because that is nothing but when noble gases are known, that is helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon. So then the trend is disturbed. When you want to put that 8th element, so below the first element, so then entirely this disturbance ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So ಅದಕ್ಕಾಗಿ Newland octaves fail ಆಗಿದೆ. Next, that is Mendeleev has made the classification based on the atomic mass only, but with a systematic manner, that is groups. He had made some groups and as well as periods. Groups and there is the columns. So these are the groups and periods. Okay. So like this, these are made the periods as well as the groups. He has classified the elements. And about 90 elements ಅನ್ನ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಆಗಿನ ಟೈಮ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂತ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಎಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ದನ್ನ 90 ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಿ. Then also he has predicted Ica aluminum and Ica silicon. Ica aluminum ಅಂದ್ರೆ that is after aluminum some element is there, that is gallium ಅಂತ ಕಡೆ ಕಂಡಿಡಿದ್ರು. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ Ica silicon, that is germanium. Ica silicon ಆದ ನಂತರ ಒಂದು ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ, that is nothing but ಜರ್ಮೇನಿಯಂ. ಅದು ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿದಿಲ್ಲಾಗಿತ್ತು ಅವಾಗ, ಆದ್ರೂ ಅವರು ಭವಿಷ್ಯವನ್ನು ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಒಂದು ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್ he has made some classification, so that is known as the Mendeleev's classification. But here also we can find some of the drawbacks, ನ್ಯೂನತೆಗಳು, ಕೊರತೆಗಳು ಕಂಡುಬಂತು. ಏನು ಕೊರತೆಗಳು ಕಂಡುಬಂತು? So when he has kept the elements in with increasing atomic number, ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಕಡೆಗೆ ಅಟಾಮಿಕ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಗೆ ಇದ್ದದನ್ನ ಮುಂಚೆ ತಗೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು. So there is some changes in the periodic table. Increasing order of atomic mass ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಅಟಾಮಿಕ್ ಮಾಸ್ ನಂಬರ್ದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಗೆ ಆದಂಗೆ ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಬರೀತಾ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು. ಕೆಲವೊಂದು 2-3 ಕಡೆಗೆ ಏನಾಯ್ತು, ಅಟಾಮಿಕ್ ಮಾಸ್ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಗೆ ಇದ್ರು ಅದನ್ನ ಮುಂಚೆ ತಗೊಂಡು ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅಟಾಮಿಕ್ ಮಾಸ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದನ್ನು ಬರೋದು. So that is why he has not operated, but he has made based on its properties. Then some elements he has kept in other groups also. So that is also not explained by him. So he has made some properties, ಆ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಮೇಲೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಬರೆದು, ಆದ್ರೆ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ನ್ಯೂನತೆಗಳನ್ನ ಕಂಡುಕೊಂಡ್ರು. ಸೊ ದೆನ್ ಐಸೋಟೋಪ್ಸ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಫೈ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ. because isotopes ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, mass ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಗೆ ಇರ್ತದೆ. So atomic mass increases. So isotopes he has not considered in this. So therefore that is a fail. Okay, or we can say it is a requires some improvements in that periodic table. So therefore the next development was taken by that the next classification of elements. Nowadays whatever we are studying, that is nothing but a modern periodic table or modern periodic law. So what this modern periodic law tells? So this modern periodic table or modern periodic law is entirely depends on its atomic number. So ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಏನಾಗಿತ್ತು, atomic mass ಮೇಲೆ ಆಗಿತ್ತು. These all three. So now that is a modern periodic law is based on what? It is based on the atomic number. It is based on an atomic number. So what this law tells here? The physical and chemical properties of elements are the periodic function of its atomic number. ನೀವು ಯಾವುದು ಭೌತಿಕ ಅಥವಾ ರಾಸಾಯನಿಕ ಗುಣಧರ್ಮಗಳನ್ನ, ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಮೂಲ ವಸ್ತುವಿನ ಭೌತಿಕ ಮತ್ತು ರಾಸಾಯನಿಕ ಗುಣಧರ್ಮಗಳು ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಸಂಬಂಧ ಇರುವುದು, ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಅಟಾಮಿಕ್ ನಂಬರ್. ಇಟ್ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಆನ್, ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್, ಮ್ಯಾಥ್ಸ್ ದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಎಫ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ಎಕ್ಸ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆದಾಗ ಆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಗಳು ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗ್ತವೆ. Same way as the atomic number changes, the physical and chemical property also changes. So that is known as the modern periodic law. Okay, this was given by Henry Moseley. So this is the modern periodic law. So actually we are having this modern periodic law and the nomenclature of the atomic number more than 100. So in this chapter we are going to discuss, so this is just an introduction for you, because now this is a reduced part. So what I have told, just to remind you, already this you have studied in high school. You high school ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ರಿ. ಈಗಿನ ಪೋರ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದನ್ನ ತೆಗೆದಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ 30% ರಿಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿಂದ this is not included. But we are starting from a modern periodic law. It's which depends on atomic number. So in this chapter we are going to discuss about how the elements are classified in a modern periodic table with respect to its properties, with respect to its electronic configuration, with respect to its state, that is metals, non-metals, and metalloids, like that. Then chemical properties. Then what are the trends about the that is atomic radius, how it varies along the period down the group. Then ionization enthalpy, electronegativity. So all those things we are going to discuss in this chapter. Okay. So then also, if atomic number more than 100, how to name that? That is IUPAC naming of the atomic elements. Okay. So that we are going to study in this chapter.